That sparked a question, like just before we get into what is this trending and news and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Politics is supposed to be something where you represent the desires and needs of the people that elected you to serve.
Right.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, you have a party that you are committed to in terms of their agenda, their vision, that's supposed to align mainly with the mandate given to them by the people who voted for them.
Mm-hmm.
You good?
Mm-hmm.
What happens when the people who vote for you
Mm-hmm.
don't like something that the party is doing,
Mm-hmm.
and you as the representative has to straddle between both?
Mm-hmm.
So when you have those town hall meetings, and even when we look at international affairs, when they say, go and talk to your representative, lobby with your representative, and the representative has to come now and say, look, partners may all for the party, but if me side with you with this, me the problem with my constituents, how do you saddle that?
Well, remember, for me, you have to always remember that you're a representative and you're not necessarily the one who is the final say. Because you're not the final say, you also always have to remember that you're going to have to be a facilitator, right? You having a town hall meeting, for me personally, I think I'm going to try to amass as much information as I possibly can that I can take to the party. Once I get to the party, even though the party has its mandates, then that's where the conversation is real. That's where the real work begins. Because remember, we like to think that, with hope, everybody thinks that the whole political system in the world, it's the needs of the few outweigh the needs of the many.
Yeah.
That's when the whole needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few comes into actual effect.
Yeah.
Because whereas people, and I always have to think and remember that with politicians, they're not thinking today, they're thinking long term. They're thinking down how something today is going to affect going down the line. So as much as you try to appease the problems of today, you have to know that you can't necessarily fix everything today, but then you can't ignore the concerns of the many. That's where the facilitating comes into play.
I was touching on that. I think we were talking about it in the Google with Glenn and so on, and this factors into a lot of what's going on right now with Trump.
Yeah.
Because most of you jump on that. Somebody pointed out to me that unlike the last time he won, this time he won the popular vote.
Yeah.
And he kind of tell them, look, I'm going to shake up the place, and people bet.
Right.
So at the end of the day, it's just something that
it's an interesting thing because as I say, you can't talk to the upper head, the bigger head, the one who's gonna make the one in charge of all. You're gonna deal with your representative, and you're gonna give your concerns to your representative. But then, the party that your representative is from, he has to be mandated by a particular list of procedures.
So let me try monkey winch in the wheel then.
Let me ask you a question.
Well, as we get everybody to a town hall meeting, you talk about, hey, look, in Pickett's right now, I need 2 more bread shops.
I think I have more coming up soon.
Okay, cool. When?
How do you make them listen to you?
How do you make them listen to you?
Yes.
As I said, you have to who are you talking about? You're talking from the
How
masses.
do you make your representative listen to you?
You the town hall meetings. I think the town hall meetings. I really believe the town hall meetings actually help a lot. I mean, you can talk to them on a man-to-man, one-to-one basis, but then you always have to be cognizant to know that if you're going to hit them very, very unexpectedly, let's just say you catch them, at the bread shop, and you catch them in the supermarket, how much of that are they going to actually retain? You know what I'm saying? How much of that can they retain? I think with the town hall meetings is very, very focused. It's very geared towards listening to concerns, hearing what everybody has to say. So then and therefore, at that particular point in time, you don't wait until, you're gossiping or you're chilling over your boys in the barbershop and stuff like that.
Right.
You had them there in front of you, you talk to them, and you be sensible with your conversations too.
That thing don't happen a lot here, and this is just me. I can't say that it's the same in every constituency, but I don't think we have a culture where they bring the bills to the people to say this is what's coming, what do you think, and then go back.
No, they don't do that.
But at the same time, and to be fair, the guys don't have to do what they think people will react to.
Right.
Because you might say, okay, well, we're going to have a bill to talk about movement of professionals, yada yada. And the man say, hey, partner, you want to hear about that now? You want to hear about when you go fix my road?
Facts.
Or when you give me a job? Or when you go give my light bill? So sometimes it's what we demand of them that causes them to behave a particular way.
It's like this. I'm not going to give you money. It's like, I always thought about this way. I'm not going to be going to a politician and say, boy, somebody broke in my house. Give me some money to buy some security lights now. If me the representative, you know what I'm going to put down 2 lampposts on the road. So then and therefore, it's not just you alone benefiting, but everybody on the road. Their houses are going to be lit up. And I think when a lot of people look at it like that, they don't look at the big picture of things. They're looking at, they got affected, they need the help. But then, as a politician, for me, and this is me on the outside looking in, I think that what they're going to do, or what they need to do, is to make sure that they make everybody satisfied.
Easy.
Exactly.
Can you imagine how much fun the phone ring?
No, I'm not answering the phone, man. But yeah, get back to what we talking about.